the U.S. launch it's an extremely important milestone on this journey of normalizing the asset class, as well as bringing things onto the blockchain in general. And so I think it's very, very constructive. Still, almost all of the money is retail, which is interesting. Even with BlackRock's great success, almost all that money is retail. There's just inherent demand. Usually in investing, retail gets the last look. Here, they've gotten the lion's share of the benefit of a $60,000 coin, which is nice for retail to be a winner.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, we're going to do a quick market digest. I'm going to show you guys some of the things that have impacted the market over the past consecutive couple of trading sessions. Everyone should definitely take into account some of the things that I'm going to go over because obviously, of course, they played a significant role over the price action or lack thereof over the past consecutive couple of trading days. So with that being said, let's jump in. I'm going to read through some fundamentals, share some perspectives, not only from market participants with many more credentials than I myself, but also from within our CYPRX community. And then we're also going to do a forward-looking projection towards the end of this video. So make sure that you stick around for the entirety of this video as we discuss the total cryptocurrency market cap. I'm also going to share some video clips with you all that are never ever going to reach the mainstream to keep you guys forward looking and hopeful during this most recent market downturn that we've seen. Hopefully we see a market turnaround, and we're going to talk about that in today's video breakdown. So I actually want to start with the psychology piece. I sent this to the private members in the CYPRX group chat, and I went on to say that most retail traders are eager to improve their results in the market, but are reluctant to improve themselves, leading to constant failure, which eventually leads to them giving up on themselves. To enhance your trading or your investing outcomes, you must first enhance yourself. Every individual whose sole objective is to acquire wealth in these markets must be ready to significantly change and make sacrifices to achieve this goal. All right. So just take that in consideration as we move forward, because we are going to be talking about our private community. And if you find yourself lost in the sauce throughout the week, the reason why I'm going to start off with sharing some of our private community fundamental breakdowns is because this is exactly what financial institutions are talking about. However, again, I'm going to show you guys that here at CYPRX, we're always ahead of the curve. Now, publicly on the X space, if you guys don't follow me on X, make sure that you go do so. C Demanicore is my X handle. You can see that right here. You can see that I posted this fundamental breakdown on August 5th, giving some food for thought and talking about the current market downturn that we experienced a couple of days ago. If you go look where the markets were on August 5th, price had dropped in the total cryptocurrency market cap all the way down to 1.7, 1.8 trillion. And in that private report, again, this is to our private CYPRX community members. However, I released it to you all to read for free on our X profile. And you can see here, August 5th, 2025, this is our Asia session report. There's a screenshot recording right here from our breakdown on May 23rd, 2024, predicting this market pullback, as you guys can see here in the screenshot on May 23rd, 2024, in our private community Zoom. We had predicted that the market was going to drop down into 1.9 to 1.8 trillion, which is where we sat at back on the 5th of August when we gave this market update. Now, what we talked about in this August 5th market update, you can see down here, were some of the things impacting cryptocurrency in the markets. So you can see right here, we were talking about the interest rate differential. We were talking about the yen. We were talking about the unwinding of the yen carry trade. We were talking about the Middle East tensions here, as you can see. All right. We're talking about global recessionary fears. Why am I showing you all this? Because again, keep in mind the dates are important. We put this out to our private community on August 5th. I want to share somebody with many more credentials than myself, showing you guys that asset managers, hedge funds, and large financial institutions are paying attention to this type of information, which is why as a retail trader, you should stop tapping into the bullish moonboy price predictions and the outrageous riddles and actually start paying attention to what matters. What are the fundamentals that the banks and institutions, the ones that actually make moves in this market, what are they paying attention to? Okay, again, showing you guys this little tiny motivational piece. You have to be willing to make sacrifices. You have to be willing to make personal changes if you want to become a better market participant. So this gentleman right here, Anatoly Karchelov, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, probably not. Let's just take a look at his experience. He was an executive director at Goldman Sachs. He was an executive director at JP Morgan. He was the director investment counselor at HSBC. So you can see he has a massive list of financial institutions under his belt. And on his LinkedIn profile, you can see this was published just 16 hours ago as of time of recording this video breakdown. It is the 10th of August, 2024, 5 days after we put out this fundamental report to the private community and to you all publicly on the X space, talking about geopolitical tensions and escalations in the Middle East, recessionary fears amongst global uncertainty, and the yen carry trade unwinding, creating massive sell pressure in risk assets like crypto and stocks. And here you can see he posted this only 16 hours ago, 5 days after our report here at CYPRX, talking about the same exact thing. Let's read this just so I can show you guys. Again, remember his credentials. Why am I showing you all this? Because here at CYPRX, we cover the stuff that actually matters. And if you want access to these reports, you guys have direct access to these hand-typed out reports that I put out to our private community every single evening during Asia's session. Right? And so look at what he's talking about. Again, keep in mind, this is now 5 days after we put this information out to our private community ahead of the curve. I want to stress that so you guys can see that this is the stuff that matters. What was it talking about? What was he talking about? Look, it says amidst wider investor risk-off behavior caused by U.S. jobs data, increased geopolitical tensions, and the Japanese yen carry trade. Look, it says it right here. This is physical proof that this is what hedge funds, asset managers, and financial institutions are paying attention to. This gentleman that literally worked at a banking institution typed this out. So let's jump into some more optimism, because again, I'm a firm believer, and I'm going to show you all physical proof that every single time the market dips, I am personally, again, not financial advice, going to be looking for discounted buying opportunities. We're going to cover some of those buying opportunities that we took advantage of in this video breakdown. But let's just cover this. This is a positive fundamental piece from August 8th, so just 2 days ago, where it talks about London crypto hedge funds, nickel, Fasanara, extended gains amid market volatility. So I hope I didn't butcher those names, but the reason why I'm showing you all this, and I'm going to play a video clip, is because there is an extreme amount of optimism in the market, no matter if there is a short-term downtrend. In my personal opinion, it will just be seen as a discounted opportunity by these large financial institutions, and they will take advantage. So it says, some of London's largest crypto-focused hedge funds have posted strong gains this year amid rising market volatility. And I'm actually going to show you guys physical recorded proof from SBI as we progress through this breakdown. Nickel Digital Asset Manager, a crypto hedge fund founded by former Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs. Didn't this gentleman right here, a representative formerly at Goldman Sachs, write this report for you guys literally 5 days after we wrote our report here at CYPRX and publicly put it out to you guys on August 5th, talking about these important fundamental factors that actually move market price action, right? Well, here it goes on to say, Executive Director Anatoly Grechalev, that's the gentleman whom I just read, has gained roughly 21% year to date, according to people familiar with the matter. The London-based crypto hedge fund, which manages $200 million in assets, was up 14% at the end of April. Fasanara Digital, the crypto arm of $4 billion of assets under management, gained roughly 17%. Brevin Howard's crypto unit was also among the hedge funds cashing in on the volatile crypto markets this year. Led by Chief Executive Gautam Sharma, hopefully I'm not butchering that one, they were up about 20% this year, okay? So the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because it says right here, crypto hedge funds are taking advantage of the rising institutional adoption of digital assets. So many people are skeptical about crypto right now because of the massive market volatility. People cannot handle the up and down swings. You need to be able to stomach that if you're going to survive in crypto. This is a very volatile market. This does not move like any other traditional asset investment. So understand that coming into this game, that in one single day, you could see a 135% increase to the upside, and then the next day turn around and see a 40 to 50% correction. That is normal, okay? You need to be able to stomach that. And so hopefully in today's video breakdown, you leave a little bit more optimistic and you leave, forward looking, knowing that this digital asset landscape, zooming out long-term, is going to be a massive hockey stick to the upside. And in the short term, in the now, tap into a community that is full of like-minded individuals that puts information out. Literally, I'm physically showing you guys that we put information out ahead of these large financial institutions. You cannot get any more clear than this. So This fundamental piece from just a couple of days ago, July 30th, so I don't know, maybe 11, 12 days ago, digital asset research, institutional investors, and wealth management firms expect Bitcoin price to reach 100,000. Now, I'm a firm believer of this possible outcome in the future. I'm not going to put a timestamp on it, but we do know for a fact that financial institutions are increasingly interested in digital assets across the board. I've proven that many of times on this platform. But here it says, and I really like this statistic. Almost 98% of questioned individuals believe altcoins and other digital assets will attract more investment, which compares to about 83% expressing the same view back in January. So institutional investors were asked back at the beginning of the year in January whether they think altcoins and Bitcoin are going to rise significantly in value, and only about 83% expressed optimism. Well, now that number has increased to about 98%. It says here, by Anatoly Karchalov, again, the individual that I just mentioned, read his experience. He said, we are witnessing a structural improvement of investor confidence. Earlier this year, only 75% of respondents believed 100,000 Bitcoin was possible, while now nearly all individuals do. This surge in optimism underscores improving political rhetoric around digital assets and growing credibility of the sector. Okay. So this is why I'm a firm believer that every single dip, again, I'm projecting that in the near future, we are still going to experience some market turbulence, which is obviously, of course, well accepted. I hope that it happens. I hope that we see further discounts so I can deploy some more capital. Now, again, it's going to be something that you're going to have to stomach, but if it does happen, be prepared. Do not think that it cannot happen to you, that another market downturn is impossible. It is 110% possible, but at the end of the day, view it as a buying opportunity. Again, not financial advice, because we know these financial institutions will be, right? So this was an interesting read as well. Bitcoin could hit a new all-time high if it stays above this level, Crypto Quant CEO said. Now, the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I follow these large investors like this gentleman here on the X space, and I pay attention to what they say on the X. I follow the money, right? I follow what institutions are doing, and I'm going to show you guys that physically in this breakdown. So Kai Young reassured investors that they should not be overly concerned during market downturns. I like that portion of the report, and I agree. And again, I like to show physical proof why you should be following these types of people. So let's check this out. On August 6th, might I remind you that on August 6th and August 5th, when these posts that I'm going to show you came out, the market was in fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It was in freaking market turmoil. As you can see, Bitcoin dropped off the face of the earth all the way down to almost 48, 49,000, give or take. You can see the dates, Monday, the 5th of August, or rolling over to Tuesday, the 6th of August. You can see those dates down here at the bottom. All right, so this is where Bitcoin was. Look at where the tweets come out. All right. Based on this data, I believe, again, coming from this individual, the bull market is still intact. If the market does not recover in 2 weeks, I will reconsider, which again, I think is reasonable to say. This is exactly what I'm attempting to say to you guys. Understand risk on, risk off. Understand how to adapt by understanding how to integrate these fundamentals into your trading and your investing regime, which is what we cover here at CYPRX. You have to be adaptable. You have to be willing to make sacrifices and learn these fundamentals so you can actually incorporate them properly into your trading. So he says, I follow smart money. Well, again, why I follow this guy is because I do as well. So if I'm wrong, it means the new whales are either misguided or underestimating the macro environment, which we do need to pay attention to. Rising geopolitical escalations and tensions, we know, tend to weigh on riskier assets. Recessionary fears, we now know, tend to weigh on digital assets, i.e. crypto and stocks. We also know that if the yen carry trade situation unfolds any further, where the buying at a rapid pace of the Japanese yen tends to happen or does happen again, we might see that weigh on risk assets, as Japanese yen will be seen as a much more safe haven currency in times of uncertainty, right? So just take those things into consideration. We've seen how the markets have been affected before negatively. Just be mindful of it. Again, we're going to be reporting on it for our private CYPRX community members every single evening during Asia session with our typed out reports and our private Zoom calls. So this is very interesting because, again, look at the date, August 6th, 2024. So here's what's going to happen. Within a year, some entities, whether they're TradFi institutions, companies, governments, or others, will announce that they've acquired Bitcoin back in Q3 2024. And retail investors will regret not buying it because they were worried about the German government selling Mt. Gox Bitcoin or whatever macroeconomic-ish was going on at the time. So the reason why I'm reiterating this to you is because, again, even in short-term market volatility to the downside, be optimistic. Understand that the long-term perspective of this digital asset ecosystem is up. We are in the fourth industrial revolution.
Very few questions, but we looked at what was happening across the UK, and millions of people were engaged in the sector. So we knew that there was no going back, that this sector is here to stay, and that actually what we need to do is manage the consumer risks, put the regulation in place, and harness the potential. Because when we looked at this industry very closely with the blockchain technological advancements, we felt we really have a digital generation ahead, and this is like a new industrial revolution, but it's a
massive super cycle is unfolding, and you are at the forefront. Believe it or not, I know that individuals don't want to hear it, but you are in before the banks. We now have an opportunity to get in before the financial institutions. That has been confirmed on stage by large institutions like WisdomTree, for example. Take a second and listen.
The U.S. launch it's an extremely important milestone on this journey of normalizing the asset class, as well as bringing things onto the blockchain in general. And so I think it's very, very constructive. Still, almost all of the money is retail. Which is interesting. Even with BlackRock's great success, almost all that money is retail. There's just inherent demand. Usually in investing, retail gets the last look. Here they've gotten the lion's share of the benefit of a $60,000 coin, which is nice for retail to be a winner.
Understand the opportunity at hand. Now, let's just take a look, and I want to show you guys when he posted this. So remember, August 6th, here's when the gentleman, Kai, added, and you can see, look at Bitcoin's price down here at the bottom. Like I mentioned, institutional investors bought the dip. Give or take, again, it's not to determine whether or not they're going to sell for profit again, but still, every single market downturn, in my personal opinion, should be seen as a buying opportunity, right? Moving on. Now, I want to show you guys that in our private Discord, we took advantage on the same exact dates. So here you can see, I mentioned just a couple hours ago on the X Space, this is a screenshot from within inside our private CYPRX community. I said, on August 3rd, because every single evening on roughly about Sunday during Asia session, I send out a full report of dollar cost average positions that I'm looking to either take or looking to possibly take throughout the week. And I mentioned to the private community that I was looking for buying opportunities on soy at 50 cents. Then when the market crashed on the 4th and the 5th, price on soy discounted down to 50 cents, which presented a beautiful buying opportunity. Today, as of time of recording, the price has surged over 80%, tapping above 95 cents. Imagine if the digital asset XRP did this. A lot of people were hoping that in this most recent Ripple versus SEC case debacle that happened, that XRP was going to facilitate that type of price action. Open your mind, understand that diversification is key, and join like-minded communities that are actually putting these valuable insights out to their private community members. You can see here's the screenshot, Saturday, August 3rd. I put out a massive list of all my dollar cost average positions and areas of interest that I'm looking to tap into. Here you can see that message, anything below soy on 0.50 cents, and that price action was active. And then you can see price dipped straight down. Here's the day, August 3rd, into 50 cents. And from 50 cents, we rallied over 88% gains. Now, if soy doesn't float your boat, as you can see here, is that soy price action. XRP also came into fruition with some trade ideas that we had projected. So here you can see again more screenshots from within inside our private CYPRX community from one of our end of the week reports. One of the highlights of the week for our DCA callouts was actually XRP as well, because on 6 p.m. Monday evening, when everyone was fearful, I personally provided individuals in the community with areas of interest that I was looking to dollar cost average into XRP at, which was around 49 cents. You can see some of the screenshots from within inside our private community. Here is the overall screenshot with the PDF of the DCA levels with the date attached, Monday, August 5th. So you guys can see that I'm not just making this up out of my butt. And then here you can see my personal position was roughly worth about $7,000 in profit after seeing a significant increase from roughly around 49 cents where I was entering into the market, up over 29%. So again, just showing you all that we gave these dollar cost average levels. Look at the dates, August 5th, right? Where I said 49 cents was going to be our DCA level. The private community members had 1, 2, 3, over 4 days to dollar cost average into XRP at 49 cents before the rally took place and got notified way ahead of the actual move in the market. This is now over 3 examples where I've shown you all. Not only do we put out fundamentals before everyone else catches on to them, but we also put out moves ahead of the curve to our private community members before they unfold. Now, 2 things, last but not least, before we head off this video breakdown. One thing I want you guys to pay attention to in this gentleman's post is he said within the next 2 weeks, if the markets don't recover, he will reconsider. And then he also mentioned in this post that he believes TradFi institutions are going to, openly talk about how much Bitcoin they were buying in Q3. Well, these financial institutions are already doing that. Here is a report from SBI Holdings, and it is their interim result announcement for the 3 months ending in June 30th, 2024. Now, imagine how many retail traders don't even know that this document exists. Imagine all the skeptical individuals in crypto that think that bank and financial institutions are never going to use digital assets and they're not buying crypto. Well, let me prove you wrong. Here is their report. And it says, crypto asset business. The crypto asset business primarily consists of crypto asset exchange businesses, which provides crypto asset exchange and trading services. The result of operations of crypto asset businesses for 3 months ending in June 30th, 2024, so that is all recent, were as follows. Revenue increased for SBI over 172%. Okay, so again, these financial institutions are already releasing information that they've been buying up crypto and they have been profiting. As you guys saw from all these individuals having profited already this year. SBI also put out that they've been profiting from crypto this year. And this gentleman right here not only predicted the bottom of Bitcoin, at least the most recent bottom, but also predicted that these TradFi institutions will continue to buy the dip and will release another report that they have been doing so in Q3 2024. So pay attention. Now, let's talk about the 2-week narrative because we are at a very interesting turning point in the total cryptocurrency market cap. If you guys have enjoyed this video breakdown so far, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button. By the way, I want to reiterate that the reason why I show you guys these insights from inside our private CYPRX community is not to get here to sell you anything or not to get here and brag and boast. It's to show you that if you want information, if you want proper education, if you actually want to be a part of a community that is ahead of the retail crowd, then it is available to you. Not everybody wants to take advantage of this opportunity. I get that. If you're not the type of person that wants to join an educational platform, you don't want to subscribe to a membership where you get access to exclusive content, 110% acceptable. But remember, there is an onset of individuals out there that are willing to make personal sacrifices, that are willing to stop following the bullish moon boys, the bull crap hopium, and the bull crap indicators that are constantly getting people wrecked in the market and actually tapping into a good community. And so if you're one of those individuals, I'm talking to you. When I cover those things, I show examples from inside our private CYPRX community. It's because not only do I care about our members, but I'm also attempting to show you guys that you're learning from somebody that is actually making money in this space, not just somebody that's giving you all their brainless opinion covering nonsense that doesn't even matter. I've physically shown you guys that the information that we are tapped into here at CYPRX is covered by individuals that have literally years of banking experience. How much more realistic do you want us to get, right? So again, tap in. Back to the total cryptocurrency market cap. I want everybody to pay attention because we're at a very interesting turning point. We are on the daily chart. I feel like this is big enough price action for everybody to see, right? And we can see that this $2.1 trillion threshold, which is where I have this white horizontal line laid on the charts at, has been a significant area of interest, not only in the past, in the most recent price action history. You can see back in February, it played a significant role, where after we broke, retested, we started to revisit and we started to ignite higher and we accelerated all the way up into 2.72 trillion. Now, after we started to decline via some higher inflation readings and some risk off bets in March, due to those upbeat figures from the United States, we pulled back all the way to $2.1 trillion, again, tapping in and then rallying all the way back up to 2.6. from 2.6 as we rolled over into June. Where did we sell off down into? Well, we sold off right down into the liquidity pockets that existed beneath the previous low in May, roughly around 2.1 trillion. And again, just like back in February, when we broke on the daily, retested, and remained bullish above, we rallied all the way up into 2.48 trillion. Well, just most recently, during this market downturn, we broke below 2.1 trillion, retested it to the downside with the bearish candlestick close, and we melted all the way down into 1.7 trillion. So this week and the week following, in my personal opinion, it is make or break for the cryptocurrency market, just like this individual representative had mentioned on his X profile. Within the next 2 weeks, we should know whether we're going to see an improved market sentiment where digital assets break back above 2.1 trillion and start to recover some of the losses from early in August, or whether we remain bearish below $2.1 trillion and start to seek lower areas of interest, probably even coming back down into the lows of 1.6, 1.5, or possibly even a revisitation of 1.7. So keep in mind to pay attention to some of the factors at hand, which I will go over in just 1 second. But again, a risk-off market sentiment where investors are less likely inclined to invest in stocks and crypto due to geopolitical uncertainty, tensions, fear, and doubt in the global markets, more Japanese yen, unwinding carry trade, so on and so forth, maybe even possibly more strength in the DXY. Whatever the case may be, there's a multitude of factors that could weigh on digital assets. I won't get into all of them right now. But again, we could possibly see a failure to break above the $2 trillion mark, like we have previously seen before here in these areas, and maybe even possibly come lower if that's to be the case. For me personally, historically speaking, in order for us to break higher in the digital asset space, we need to start to see daily candlestick closes above 2.1 trillion, and we need to start to see optimism in the market unfold. With all of that in mind, many blessings to you guys. Be cognizant, be aware out there. I always appreciate the love and the support. So do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. If anybody's interested in taking their investment career a step further and they want access to our private Zoom calls, our fundamental breakdowns, our delta zones that are the most accurate institutional delta zones that retail traders have access to, you guys do have access to that. You can visit CYPRXtrading.com. We have multiple options that we offer to join our private community. Take a look at them. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.